this chat later today so that no one hears what I'm saying. Okay, I'm done singing Chris Stapleton while I get ready. I thought that maybe I can just chit chat with you while I get ready. I'm probably gonna have to edit it some way where you guys see me getting ready and then I start to talk. But anyways, so yeah, I thought that I'd take this opportunity to chit chat about where I've been and how it's going. So I am here in the northwest coast of Spain for a month, 2 weeks on vacation, and then 2 weeks working remotely. I've already worked 1 day remotely, and it worked fine. I have to go with the hours that's in the States. So since I start at 8:30 and I work till 5, here I start at 2:30 and I end at 10:30, 11, which is not a problem. So actually last Monday, I'm gonna try to do this while I get ready. It's gonna be kind of tricky for me. Last Monday, I started working at 2:30 and then I finished around 10:30, 10:40, and I met up a family friend for dinner. There's like a little restaurant actually maybe 200 meters away, and it's actually, it happens to be his friend's restaurant, so we met there, which was really convenient because I was done by, I want to say 11:30. And then I went to bed, and 11:30 is 5:30 in the States. And then I woke up the next morning around 8 a.m. So it's actually a pretty good schedule. That's what I like. The schedule's really alluring to me. Like the schedule of me working in Europe with the States schedule. Because in the morning, I can go grab a coffee, which I did the next day. I went to get a coffee, sat down for an hour, admire. I'm literally in front of the ocean. There's like a port that I'm in. It's a tiny port. It's mostly touristic. It's mostly tourist port. There are some boats that are dedicated to fishing mussels, but they're tiny little boats. And there is a church that rings every 15 minutes. No, literally rings every 15 minutes. I think the last bell ring is at like 11:45 or midnight. It has to be probably midnight. But anyway, so yeah, I just have time to drink a coffee with, time. It's not like in a rush. And then I'm just waiting for the tan to kind of like sit, because I noticed that the one from OG, you have to kind of layer it for it to show. So I kind of layer it with this MAC powder one. Now it looks a little bit better. So yeah, so then after I grab a coffee, I always go for a walk. I've been going for a lot of walks here because where I'm at, there's a lot of beach, but there's also a lot of mountain. So you get both, the best of both worlds in that sense. And so yeah, so I have like my options. And then, I go grocery shopping, or I wash clothes, whatever I have to do, or I go out to lunch. I have a family friend here who, she makes lunch sometimes, and then I call her my aunt, but she's not really my aunt. But I feel like she's my aunt because when I used to come here as a kid, I felt like she was my aunt. I don't know, I felt like I had a relationship with her. But so back to what I was saying. Yeah, so I like the schedule of 2:30 to 10:30 because then you get to do your stuff, and then you can go to dinner like I did last time after 10:30. And I feel like that works very well for me, for my way of working, my body. And then yeah, or sometimes I'm gonna start to go down to the downtown. There's a bus that takes you downtown. I think it runs every hour, but I can go grab coffee there as well, go to the bank, get some cash, and then walk around the port and etc. etc. So I like the schedule so far. What else do I like? Okay, so I mean, this is not fair because I really do like this place since I was a kid. Obviously now I'm an adult and so things change, but I find that I still like it as much as when I was a kid, if not more. So what I like about it is that in the northwest of Spain, it's all coastline. So you can drive 30 minutes and find another town in the coast, drive another 30 minutes from that town and you find another town, and so on and so on. And you can just drive all around the coastline. And there's also vineyards, kind of like Napa, where they produce Albariño, which is like a white grape. It's really, really good. I don't drink that much, and that's a wine that I really, really like. Uh, so you have that. If you don't want to do beach or mountain, you can go to the vineyards. And then I also like the sense of community. Like, it's insane to me the sense of community these people have. And I'm really an observant, but I'm also like, I know people here and I grab coffee. So every day here, there's different types of groups, but the group that I go to, they grab coffee between 9:30 to 10:30, and it's about like 8 or 9 people, depending on the day. But they grab coffee every day for that 1 hour. And they just catch up with things or like events that's happened in the town or like with their kids or what's going on with their teachers, etc., etc. But it's so cool to see like different generations of people getting together. So like my experience has been that when I lived in Florida and in any other city, I gravitate towards people my age and in my demographics. So for example, like when I lived in Florida, I'm single and I have no kids. I would only have friends that are single with no kids, right? And that's all you hang out, that's all you interact with. Like you don't really like veer off. Here it's not like that. Here, in this group that I go to, it's wild. Like there's a couple, husband and wife. There's two couples, and then one of the couples has their mom-in-law in the group, and then like the two other ladies, maybe they're like sisters, and then the other one's like the neighbor, and it's all different age groups. Like there's two girls that are like in their 30s, mid 30s, late 30s, and then you have a 60-year-old, and then of course you have her mother-in-law. Her mother-in-law is like mid 60s, late 60s, and then the kids. Sometimes the kids come, and it's so cool to see like this cross-pollination, I guess is the best way I could say, of like people coming together no matter what your age group is, no matter what your demographic is. And I love that. I wish we had that in the States, but unfortunately, like we don't. I have to take a break to look for, because I forgot that, oh gosh, I forgot that I didn't spray anything on my hair. I'm gonna use the way. And this has been my savior right now. I bought the travel size, and honestly, one, I think that there's a lot in here, but two, like it's kind of helped me. However, where I'm at, there's no humidity. Like it was last Saturday, it was really hot. It was like 77. No humidity though, and like the sky is so blue, it's so amazing. But anyways, going back to what I was saying. So I like the fact that there's no such thing as like, oh, I'm a mom and I can't hang out with you because like you're single with no kids and we have no middle ground together, nothing in common. That's not a thing. Like here you strike a conversation, people are open to you and you find commonality. You know what I mean? There has to be something that you that you like with someone in the group. You know what I mean? And it's like you can have these conversations. And I love that. Like, for example, I'm a foreigner and I obviously can't bring a lot to the conversation other than like I can just share my experience of living in the States because I have been here before. So I understand how life works here, but not really because it's not my everyday. But here, like, I chime in every so often and I give them my opinion, but like I just even like just listening to them and like listening to them speak and talk about their way of life, and I just love it. And there's also, I've noticed, like, because everybody knows each other, and there's like, it's a small town, everyone knows each other, and there's a relation here. People support each other. So like, if you need me to pick up your child at a certain time, I'll do it. I'll jump in and do it. And I love that. And I feel like the States really, really lacks like a sense of community. And I also think, and I don't know anything about this, but I can assume and I can speculate based on what I've seen. And like, it's scary sometimes how in the States we have like so much mental health issues, but I think it stems from the isolation. Like, I really do. And I think that also social media really, makes it much bigger. So it compounds that isolation feeling. And it's just a recipe for disaster, right? Because here, when I tell you that people just spend time outdoors and like with other people and they interact and they're not on social media a whole lot. They don't know. They rather like you come and share and spend time with each other. I think that does something to your brain. Like, it has to bring some endorphins, just that social interaction of like, and you know what's crazy? They're not buying anything at the restaurant. Like, all we're doing is drinking 2 coffees in that hour. That's all we're doing. And we're just catching up and learning about each other and sharing funny stories or sad stories. I just think like it's so amazing. I think it's so amazing. And like, it's amazing. I just love that. But there is a downside here, and it's that it's hard to make money here. Like, people do own their homes here, which is crazy because so the tradition is really that your family passes down the home to you, and these are stone homes. This is not like a wooden home from like North Carolina, you know what I mean? So people pass down their homes and their pieces of their plots of land to their kids, and then their kids just build their homes, and that's how they live. But they don't make money. Like, they don't make like the salaries that we make, but they really live life. Like, it's so insane, and it just puts things into perspective about like what's important to us. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that their society is perfect, because it isn't, because I already know like what the downsides are. Like I said, the salaries are really, really low. Probably, I'm gonna have to do this off camera. Sorry, you guys. I'm gonna have to do this off camera. Their salaries are really, really low, but like, I don't even think they care. Like, the people here rather live here knowing that they have that flexibility and that time to socialize, as opposed to them being a robot and getting more money. Like, for them, that's not a life that's coveted. Like, I've spoken to many of them and they're like, oh yeah, but you guys are like robots. Like, you guys, and they they find it, and it's so funny because although I understand this lifestyle, there is a part of me that's just not brainwashed, but I'm just conditioned. Like, I'm from New York originally, right? So like, it's like, as a kid, you already know you need a routine, and I'm very routine like. And I think that's something I'm never gonna really change. Maybe I might modify it a little bit, but I don't think I'll change, because I personally like routine. I just think that it keeps me in check, and I like to get things done too. Like, but they laugh because like, I'll miss like, if I see them for coffee, I won't meet them for dinner, because like, I have a lot of other stuff that I have to do, right? Like, I'm still in school, I have to work, I do content, or I started doing content recently, but I still want to like keep it going, and that requires time. So I have to pick or choose, and they think it's funny that I pick and choose, because they would go to all of the events. Like, if they saw each other in the morning, they'll still see each other at night. Like, last Saturday was wild to me, because we went to the, routine coffee, which is 7 days a week, by the way. It's not 5, 7 days a week that I see the same people, okay, for coffee. Then we went back home with my family friend. She needed to do some things. Then she goes, oh, let's go grab a drink. So we go back out to the same place, and we had a drink. And I was like, okay. And I don't drink that much, but that day I did have the albarino, which is like that white wine that I was telling you about. After that, we left. No, we left, came back, to the same place, had another drink, but I didn't drink. I was like, I need a coffee because by this time it was like 4. And the reason why we went back to the place is because we were getting together for like a manifestation. They have no doctors here, like, and it's hard to get an appointment to see a doctor, so they're requesting more doctors. They have like a shortage. So we went to a manifestation. And then after the manifestation, we went back to the same place. And I was like, okay, now I have to go home. So I went home and I told my aunt, I called her my aunt, but she's not really my aunt. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna meet for dinner because I'm really tired. She's like, why, you're tired? I was like, yeah. I was like, 3, I went to like a manifestation and all these other things. I was like, I really can't go back out. So I actually rested that evening, but she went back out. And I was like, holy mother of God, like that is a lot. You know what I mean? Like that is hard for me. And I've told them that. I was like, that would be a really hard thing for me to get used to because I don't think that I'll ever get used to like that much leisure. Only because I actually like working hard. Like it's in my genes. Like I just like working that hard, and when I don't work that hard, it just does something to me. So I can modify it, but that would be hard for me to adapt to. But anyways, with that being said, all of this ranting that I just did was to tell you that they don't want the robotic life where they make more money. They want the slower life where they have more flexibility, even if it means like them not making a lot of money, which I admire because I think like it puts things into perspective. You know what I mean? Like, what do you really value? Like, what do you really value? Like, family time, interacting with people, like, and that's why they don't need therapists because they just like vent with each other. Like it's so crazy. And I like that sense of community and like the slower life. I like I like the food. The food is like insanely good and it's more on the natural side. People really demand good food here. We are in the coast, so seafood is like, I'm a seafood lover of all sorts. And so it's really a good place to get food. Just because someone is like, oh, it's my friend because I have to meet him for a burger. Food is like really, really good. And the other thing I like too, like people like to make food at home. So even the kids, they're not, they don't have that inclination to eat pizza or burgers or any fast food. Like that's not a thing. Like most homes make home cooked meals for their kids. And I really like that because, it's really good for nutritional reasons. It's really good for them. So I haven't really gone out to eat outside a whole lot. Also in a place like Spain, since food is so good at home, in the restaurant, it's very rare that people do go out to eat at restaurants, but like food is known that you can get a really good meal at home and that will. Where I'm at, it's also really close in proximity to things. So like I said, like you have the beach, you have mountain. I'm using this. I haven't used this. I packed it and I haven't used it. It's the Tower 28. Just because I've been using the same makeup, or I haven't been putting a lot of makeup here. That's the other thing I noticed. Like, I don't feel like I wear a lot of makeup, but the girls here are really, oh, that's the other thing that I really like. Okay, let me finish the food thing. So the food thing, I like that it's natural home cooked meal. The proximity to the beach and the mountain, and then also the vineyards. I went to a mountaintop and it's so funny because I went to the mountaintop and there's a little cafe on the mountaintop, on the very top. Also, I went to a beach walking around and all the beaches have chiringuitos, which is like, that's what they call like a little cafe bar thing. And the other thing I really like is like, in the States, if you sit down at a restaurant, I feel like you have to order food, right? Here, no. I don't drink, so I'm always ordering either a cafe latte, which is café con leche, or I'm ordering juice. Sometimes I order pineapple juice and they'll bring it to me and they don't force you out. Like, I love that. And then a lot of the places, I would say majority of the places, especially in this region where food is like, food is very, food is central here. Like, everyone gathers around food and they're very demanding with the quality of the food. But here they give you raciones, which is like little tapas is what we call them. Anything you order, like if you get a coffee, sometimes they'll bring like cookies and biscuits and like vanilla cakes. Sometimes they make homemade cakes, like pound cake, and they'll cut them up and bring them to the table. And it's enough to feed you and everybody else. It's wild. I like that as well. I don't know how that affects the businesses though, because I'm like, if I'm paying, I really don't understand the economics around that. I think mostly it's just like a custom thing, but I like it. Oh, the other thing that I like, going back to the makeup thing. So makeup, they don't wear a lot of makeup, the girls, like they're very into their natural state. So I feel like I don't wear a lot of makeup, but I've been toning it down even more here. And I kind of like that. I kind of like that everybody is so accepting of their wrinkles. Like no one here is like, oh, you look bad. No, like in the States, I feel like I do like that people care about how they look and about self-care. I really do like that because I think that is important, but moderately, right? Like I think in the States sometimes like the pendulum swings so much to the point where it's like you can become obsessive about your looks, and here I feel like it's so amazing and refreshing to feel like no one here cares. Like the women wear their wrinkles so proudly and I freaking love it. Like that's the one thing that I really love the most. Like you just, as long as you're like dressed nice and you're put together and you smell good, which I don't know because everybody here smokes, which is another topic that we will cover. It's the one thing I can't stand is the smoking. Oh my god, it drives me insane. But other than that, like I love how everyone just accepts it, and I have spoken to like the ladies for coffee. We've talked about it, and they're like, their answer to me is like, I was like, in the States, I feel like people are so obsessed with it. Like you see these Botox and filler faces, and it's crazy. And they're like, yeah, they're like, we just accept it. It's part of life. Like you're gonna age. Like it's better to age than to die. And I was like, yeah, I agree with that. I wish people could see that as a thing, as a plus. Like the wrinkles, who cares if they think you're old? Like, so what? You're old. You've already lived 40, 50 years of living on this earth. Like, why don't you celebrate it? And I feel like, I I think I saw, I don't know if it's, sometimes you can't believe everything that you see, but this seemed believable to me. I guess it was a quote of what Kris Jenner said about like, I wanted to age some type of way because of her facelift. But I was telling my sister, I was like, isn't it ironic though? She's saying she wants to be proud of her age, but you're getting a facelift. Like that doesn't make any sense to me, because if you were proud of aging, you wouldn't need to feel like you need to get a facelift, because that's part of aging. Part of aging is like your face is gonna sag, and it's hard. I know, I get it. It's like we look ourselves in the mirror. Even for me, sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I see the wrinkles when I laugh. Like I see them here and here, and I'm like, okay, but like I wanna adjust my eyesight to the wrinkles slowly rather than me inject myself with Botox and then 3 years down the road, when I stop doing the Botox, the wrinkles, it's just gonna be such a harsh reality for me to understand that the wrinkles have fully set in, instead of me just slowly accepting it. But I love the fact that they just accept it. They don't see it as anything bad. Like I just love that. And that's the things that I like about here. But I'm sure, they have their problems like we do. Everyone has their problems. Wi-Fi for like the days that I was at this family farm, and it was driving me insane. And I was like, damn, you know what? The Wi-Fi really has me on a chokehold. It's funny because you don't realize it until you don't have it, and you're like, oh my my God, what do I do? What do I do? So I would use like YouTube or, you know, on my Spanish cell phone, because I have a Spanish cell phone and I have my American cell phone. But I didn't want to use the data, so instead I put like a SIM card on the physical phone. And yeah, it's just been like very eye-opening of like what really matters. And it's funny because I feel that I was already on this transition of like analyzing what matters to me. The age or the fact that like you care less about superficial stuff. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. Okay, I'm back, you guys. I had to take a little, you know. I'm supposed to be ready in like 20 minutes, but I think I'm done. So my hair situation, so my hair is doing a lot better here because I think the shampoos have better ingredients and the water is amazing for your hair. Oh my God, like it's amazing. But the blow dryer, my blow dryer, the one that my sister let me borrow, which is the Revlon detachable brush, it caught on fire. Like it went out and caught on fire, and I was afraid that this whole Airbnb was gonna go down in flames. So I turned it off. I put it on the floor, let it cool down, and then uh, I just threw it away because I was like, I'm afraid that I'm gonna catch on fire and the Airbnb, and honestly, I don't really need that to happen. But anyways, yeah, so I was doing my makeup. I finally finished. And I'm just gonna put some clothes on. I'm gonna try to vlog today. We're going to eat a burger. It's supposed to be like a grilled burger, but I know like a burger is just a burger, but I like burgers abroad. I feel like they taste good for whatever reason. Also, I want to show you outside how it looks so you can see. Like, it was so sunny, and now all of a sudden, I was talking to you guys, and in the span of an hour, it just, what in the heavens? I'm going to put some more blush. I know I probably have more makeup than these girls do, but this is for me, not for anybody else. By the way, I wanted to mention this, but I discovered this. This is supposed to be an eye pencil. This is the MAC gel pencil eyeliner in the color Nudge Nudge. Nudge Nudge. Okay, can we talk about how good it looks on the lips? Look at this. Look at this. You guys know that that the corners are like my thing. I mean, it looks good. I just stopped putting it on my eyes and I just put it on my lips now. But anyways, just wanted to show you, let me show you how it looks outside because I'm afraid about the hair situation. Like, is my hair gonna survive? What's happening outside? I have no clue. I mean, I know I'm getting into a car, but let me show you. Hold on. We're gonna experience some darkness because this is how dark it got. If you watch my other video, you're gonna know that, oh, makeup looks good. You're gonna know that I did the food haul and it was sunny. Now, look at this weather. Oh my God. I wanna show you so you can, look, I don't know where this came from. Like, seriously, I don't know where this came from. And by the way, it got super, super cold. There goes a church that rings every 15 minutes. Okay. What the hell happened here? Honestly, I want to know what the hell happened. Anyways, this is gonna be my look. I'm gonna change real quickly and then show you. Hold on. The thing went away, but what if I put this sweater? Just because it's kind of cold. I might wear it though because it's really, I don't know, it got cold. I was sweating earlier today. I think I'm gonna wear this over this shirt like this. Let me know what you think. See myself. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have like the little mango boots, my mother denim. Okay, it's good to know that I didn't gain that much weight yet. And this little snake print. My leather jacket and this coat. I think this is how I'm gonna dress. Anyways, I'm gonna try to film some burger stuff. Maybe, you know, record some stuff for you guys to see. So keep tuned. Say yay or nay for my outfit. Ooh, gosh, the lighting's so bad. Anyways, I'll see you soon. The remnants of the burger, my friend's burger. Yeah, it was a really good burger, honestly. It had an egg and it was so good.